What's up guys, it's Will here, back again, and today we're here to do something very exciting, that is to unbox and review the Luke Skywalker DX Hot Toys figure from the Mandalorian series. Really excited about this one. This is the Sideshow exclusive edition that comes with a special little blue hologram. More on that later. However, guys, the packaging, the figure, really excited to get this one unboxed. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so looking at the packaging here, you can see here, it looks pretty typical on the outside. However, there's more than this than meets the eye to this figure. You can see here we got the Sideshow exclusive sticker in the top corner there, and you can see here the little banner they got there, the Luke Skywalker Mandalorian, holding little Grogu, and then a Dark Trooper behind him. You can see the typical stuff on the back of the box here, Luke Skywalker DX, a lot of Hot Toys, a lot of legal mumbo jumbo, if you will, DX23, Luke Skywalker, you can see there. Very exciting. Look at the inner packaging though. Damn. Guys, unboxing a DX figure is just a special experience. I feel like every Hot Toys figure should be like this because it just feels so premium. When you unbox a DX figure, it just feels different. It feels very unique and special and high end. I don't know how else to put it. You can see here Luke Skywalker Deluxe version, the Hot Toys figure there with the little logo. On the back, same little stuff that we just kind of saw there previously. However, guys, look at that though. That's so exciting. That is so cool looking at the packaging. And you can see the inside. Look at the inside too, right? It just looks so premium and high end. It's just so badass. Unboxing a DX figure, trust me, if you haven't done it before, it will be a different experience for you. In a good way. You can see here Luke Skywalker, Tatooine farm boy, rose from humble beginnings, become one of the greatest Jedi the galaxy has ever known. You can see there a nice little write-up there about Luke, but what people want to see is that Luke Skywalker figure. So you can see unboxing a DX is, again, a little bit different. They have little tabs to keep the figure in place. And it's just like I said, I don't know how else to describe it. It's a very unique experience. And they really try to go above and beyond to make sure that this is secure. Hot Toys really don't have too many QC issues, but yeah, DX figures, they really go the extra mile to ensure they don't. All right, so let's take a look at this Luke Skywalker head sculpt. And first impressions, very strong, very strong. I feel like this is probably the best Luke Skywalker head sculpt that I've ever seen personally. I have owned the Endor Deluxe Luke Skywalker. I have not owned other Luke Skywalkers, but I've seen a bunch of them. Kiko had a bunch of them in person, and I saw them in person, and I got to see a lot of them. I think this is the best one as far as head sculpts go. You have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. One of the best parts about this figure is this battle damage Dark Trooper. So it comes with the figure. It does light up, which we will try and test out a little bit later in the video. But for now, you can see the battle damage, the weathering. It is remarkable. I absolutely love it. This thing right out of the box just wows me, and I can't say enough good things about it. One of the best accessories I've personally ever seen in a Hot Toys figure. And now we got an accessory that everyone has seen many times over. This one is slightly different. You can articulate the arms. You can bend them or rotate them a little bit. The hands do swap out as well. There are swappable hands that you can use for little Grogu there. So this one does articulate to a degree. Other than that, it's a pretty typical Grogu that many of us have seen probably many times over. Here's the exclusive accessory. It's a little cruiser hologram. It just feels very cheap in hand, to be honest. Not overly enthused about this piece. However, we all know with exclusive versions of figures, us collectors, we just can't get enough of it. Even with a silly little accessory like this, we just have to have the exclusive version. You can see the instruction booklet. Definitely recommend checking that out just to know kind of what you're doing. It helped me, get the batteries in the Dark Trooper. There's a lot of other cool stuff. There's a backdrop here that personally I will never use. I never use those. I think Spider-Verse is the only one I've seen that's kind of interesting. So you guys can take a look at that if you want. Luke Skywalker base there, typical Star Wars base. It's pretty typical of most figures. It's unfortunate this one didn't have a more dynamic base to it, considering it is a DX figure, but the Dark Trooper kind of adds that and sort of adds that diorama base element to it as well. So really not a huge problem with this base here. I still love it nonetheless. You can see here, this is the cloak. You can put the hood on Luke Skywalker, put his cloak on him like that was seen in The Mandalorian, which I will show you both. I will show you with the cloak and without the cloak, and we'll see which one I like better, but they package it nice and securely. Here's Luke's green lightsaber, the really cool iconic lightsaber from Return of the Jedi that is, of course, a Mandalorian. This allows you to adjust the Purr's eyes. You can move the eyes. Actually, not Purr's, but movable eyes. Nonetheless, they move in joint as far as I'm aware. But yeah, anyway, there's the batteries for the Dark Trooper and the saber. There's the swinging, swooshing saber. And yeah, you got a light up saber arm, which I don't think anyone's ever gonna use. I don't recommend you should. The batteries die too fast. So yeah, it doesn't really make it worthwhile. Grogu's swappable hands, you can give him a little force hand there on each side if you would like. So you can swap Grogu's hands for a little more flexibility. Here's Luke Skywalker's hands. These are the right hands, the gloved hands. His left hands are bare and his right is gloved. So you can see the bare hands here. You got a bunch of different options, relax, a little force push, bunch of cool different stuff. A lot of great detail, typical from Hot Toys. Here's the accessories that you can see, in the figures. This is really everything besides the Dark Trooper and the base. You see Grogu, we got the Star Cruiser, the hands, the light up saber arm, the eye system, the Grogu swappable hands. Not a ton, right? For a DX figure, not a ton of accessories, but this boy right here, oh my God. This is one of the best accessories I have ever had in a Hot Toys figure. You can see here, it has actually 3 different lighting modes. This one has a slightly less pulsy mode, right, than the previous one I just showed. And then there's another mode that's just a static mode. You can see here, the lights are just static as they are. And very simple, you just pop the little back piece off. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass if I'm being honest. However, just be careful, kind of pry it open with your fingers and yeah, you'll be good to go. A lot of cool options there. You can see here, this flickering mode, this pulsing mode, the fast flickering mode, that's my favorite. It just has so much life and personality to it. I'm absolutely loving how this looks on the shelf right away. Guys, I gotta say, after unboxing, posing this figure for a little while, I love this figure. I think it's fantastic. It's one of the best of the year. I think this is one of the best DX figures I've personally owned. This is easily the best Luke Skywalker head sculpt, no doubt about it. It's certainly not perfect. However, it is the best Luke Skywalker. I see Mark Hamill's likeness more so than any other Luke Skywalker that I have ever seen in person. So I think for now, this is the definitive Luke Skywalker. However, we will see when Bespin Luke Skywalker releases. Maybe they will make another Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. I'm surprised they have not announced that yet. You can see here, there's the hooded version. You can see him without the hood. I'm a little bit conflicted on which I'm going to display him with. I think for now, I'm going to display him without the hood. It's not accurate to Mando, obviously, for at least the scenes that most people remember. But I will say that head sculpt is too good to kind of hide under a cloak. The cloak also is a little bit of a pain in the ass to work with. I will show a little bit. It's a little bit of a pointy hood and it is wired so you can bend and articulate it to your will. However, it's not exactly easy to work with. So I'm not sure. You can see here, you can make him look pretty cool with the hood on, but I feel like, man, that head sculpt is so good to hide it under a cloak like that. Yes, it's accurate to the show. Yes, it's badass looking. However, I kind of want to display my Luke Skywalker without the hood for now to see how I like it. But damn, guys, put this Dark Trooper next to him and it's incredible. If you're going to have the Dark Trooper like this anyway, I left the back off. If you're not going to see the back in your display, why put it back on? If you want to switch the lights on and off very easily, why put it back on? So that's what I've done for now. You can see here, look at the detail in the fabric. It is incredible. This is really, really great. I'm really loving this figure. Look, this is another Luke Skywalker. There are many Luke Skywalkers out there. However, this is the best Luke Skywalker that has been made to date. If you have other Luke Skywalkers, I don't think absolutely this is the end-all be-all where you feel like you need to go and trade out right this second. However, if you're a big Star Wars fan and you want the best Luke Skywalker that exists today, then this would be the one. And if you think about it, this is an iconic scene. Even though it's from The Mandalorian, this is one of the most iconic scenes in Star Wars history, I would argue. So I think it's really, really great. And the hairpiece is swappable. It is magnetic. So if you have previous Luke Skywalkers, you can swap the hairpiece. It just pops right off. You pop another one on. It's magnetic, no problem. You can adjust the Purr's eyes. I have not done so. Haven't needed to. Even with the eyes as they are in their current position, you can do a lot of different poses. I try not to mess with the eyes. It's almost too much power for one person. It can start to get sort of wonky eye looking stuff if you're not careful. So anyway, yeah, got to display him with the Dark Trooper. Love the hooded cloak look, but I'm a little bit leaning towards the version without. However, you guys are going to have to let me know in the comments below what you're leaning towards. I tried my best with the cloak. Some shots are a little bit better than others. However, like I said, just prepare to put a little bit of time in to mess with the cloak and the hood to make it look good, because it does take a little bit of work. It just has a little bit of, it has a hook on the front, very easy to maneuver together. One more look at this Dark Trooper, guys. Oh my God, one of the best accessories I've seen. The light up feature is awesome. Who knows how long the batteries will last, but nonetheless, guys, I'm gonna rate this Luke Skywalker a 9 out of 10. The head sculpt is not perfect. The cloak is a little bit of a pain to work with. The accessories are a little bit bare besides the Dark Trooper, but it's an amazing figure nonetheless. It has a lot of presence as Luke Skywalker. You can pose him with the cloak or without, and it represents a very iconic scene from Star Wars history in Mandalorian Season 2, Luke Skywalker. So kicking ass and taking names. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on this Luke Skywalker in the comments below. That said, catch you in the next one. Bye.